Hey, I am Snowy. Welcome back to Multifamily Playbook. If inspections stress you out, you are not alone, but today I will show you how to prepare like a pro. We've managed dozens of inspections from lenders' annual inspections to Section 8 housing inspection to annual insurance reviews and also our internal quarterly inspections. And the key is don't wait till they call. I will show you our prep system. So we have to know that if we have a loan or a mortgage on our property, our investment, there will be always some inspections that we expect from our lenders, our insurance, and also our regional managers or our investors. Our team, we require our managers to do weekly walkthrough around the properties to make sure that everything is in good shape. Nothing that we don't pay attention but will cost us more money to fix. And also, our on-site team are required to do quarterly units inspections just to make sure all the units are in good condition and to find out if there are any maintenance that we have to pay attention to, because sometimes some of the residents that they don't want to be your headache or they think that they won't cause trouble just to call you to fix something. But as a landlord, as an investor, we want to know if there is anything that we need to pay attention to. Sometimes even just a small thing, but if we let them sit there long enough, they could cause bigger trouble, cost us more money. So quarterly inspections are pretty important and required by our team. If our team do all the jobs that we require them to do weekly, quarterly, then we don't need to worry that much if our lenders called us that they're going to do the annual inspection, or the insurance company or would do their annual reviews. So we don't need to worry about if the lenders or insurance company or the city or the Section 8 resident move-in inspections. So mostly lenders would check exterior safety conditions and vacancies, or if there's any down units, they would like to take a look as well. And anything that failed on the inspection prior that they would like to see if they are fixed already. If your inspections come from the insurance company, they typically would like to see roof, plumbing, fire hazards, also conditions and safeties of the property. If you got the code compliance inspection by the city or the states for permits, smoke detectors, ADA, then you know what to do before they show up. Section 8 voucher resident move-in inspection, that they would like to see the habitability standards such as windows, doors are sealed, your outlet, your electrical work, your light fixtures, if there's anything related to the living conditions and safe conditions to the residents. And then our quarterly inspections by our on-site team or our regional managers, ourselves or our asset manager or our regional manager and our property managers would do this weekly, quarterly to make sure the routine quality check and the maintenance check. Most of these happen yearly or randomly. Lenders probably will call you 1 week or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks earlier. Some of the lenders maybe just give you a couple days notice, but that's pretty rare. Same with the insurance. They might give you a couple weeks notice. And Section 8 housing inspections, you might have a few days before they show up. And you already know that you are expecting them. You have to have your team to make sure that everything are taken care of. And the more units you manage, the more often you have to handle this. And you know that you will expect them every year for the lenders and insurance inspections. So what do we do to prepare for the inspections? Here is our checklist. Unit access confirmed. Usually in most of the states, after we receive the confirmation from the inspectors by lenders or insurance, and we give a 24 hours or 48 hours notice to all our residents, especially the ones that are occupied. It's easy for the vacant units, and it's also easy for the housing inspection that they usually do it prior to the move-in. Number 2, also our quarterly inspections, we also have to give the notice at least 24 hours or 48 hours before we get access to the units. Fire extinguishers and smoke detector tested. We need to make sure that they are functional, they actually works, and there are batteries on the smoke detectors alarm systems. Make sure that we test it before the inspectors show up. No major trash, clutter, or leaks. All stair railings, locks, and doors are functional. Vacant units are clean and secure. Vendor records and tenants log updated. Lease files organized, such as email the inspectors before or after the inspection with your digital copy, unless they want to do the inspections on the leases on site with the printed copy. And we usually have our team to do a mini walkthrough for the inspection day. Even if the inspection is exterior only, we would like our team to treat it like a full audit, because when you are ready, you walk in calm and confidently. You don't need to worry about that. The inspectors will find something that you don't want them to find out. Make sure that you have good team and resident communication. We need to make sure who we need to notify, especially for the occupied units. Those units, we need to make sure that we have 24 hours or 48 hours notice, depending on which state your property locates. Your on-site manager and regional manager, because you want them to work with the inspectors, and your maintenance team, you want them to make sure that everything would be handled or fixed prior to the inspection. And sometimes you need some vendors to do so too. So make sure that you have your vendor list ready and make sure they have enough time to get everything handled for you before the inspection. And then also the regional managers and property manager and also yourself to review the checklist from the inspectors a few days ahead or a week ahead if possible. So we want to make sure that we always have the clause of getting access to the units that are occupied by the protection of TAA or NAA leases, because we do expect that our lenders, our insurance company, or even the city or any department that they need to get access to the units, no matter if they are occupied or vacant, that we have the clause in our leases that we will give them enough time notice about getting the access to the units. When you are using professional lease forms like TAA or NAA leases, your responsibilities are cleared and outlined to your residents and to yourself, and that would make your inspection smoother. The reason we want to give the notice to our residents on the occupied units are permission to get access, especially when there are pets in the unit. You want your residents to lock them or put them in a cage, just to make sure that we want to be in danger when ourselves and our inspectors get into the unit. That would reduce our risk as well. Inspections don't have to cause headaches or stress. They just require prepare, set up a system, follow our lease, and keep our property in shape all year long. Then we don't need to worry about any kinds of inspections. If you want our checklist on how we prepare property inspections, comment below. I will share a copy with you. See you next time.